Hello everyone, it is Stacy with Stacy's Ritzy DP Crafts. How is everyone doing today? I thought I'd come in here. Do not mind my nails. I am not in the mood to polish them or anything. And I've been doing dishes and cleaning, so they're a mess right now. So you can listen to me. I'm doing my WIP N Chat today or tonight. It's like 12:15 at night, and I haven't done a WIP N Chat for a while. So I thought I'd come in here and do an actual WIP N Chat rather than an unboxing or a small business unboxing, because I think that's what I did for about a half an hour last time. And I think I'm just going to talk today because there's been a lot going on. And I thought I'd just talk and keep everyone company. So wanted to check in and see how everyone was doing. Hope you are doing good, because it's tough out there and I don't want you guys to feel alone. So hopefully me talking will help you out, keep you company, keep you busy, keep your mind off things. And yeah, so it is hashtag reach out 2022, I believe is what they're calling it, for Abigail and Gracie's Mental Health Awareness Month in February, and they're bringing support to mental health and awareness about it and all different types of mental health that are out there. So I thought I would kind of focus WIP N Chats on that. Not necessarily to be down and depressing, but just to kind of give you ideas that mental health is different for everybody. But yeah, so if you are interested in sticking around, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. If you're first time here, welcome, welcome. This is a WIP N Chat, and basically I work on my diamond painting projects. Probably eventually I'll do a little bit of crochet, but I think mostly right now it's going to be diamond painting because I've got a lot of projects to work on. I'm way behind in filming videos just because I haven't really had the gusto for it, and I'm still trying to finalize one of my unboxings I have to do. I've got it narrowed down on how I want to close it out, so I just have to record the drills again. I haven't done that yet, so I've got pulled into work last weekend, and I got pulled into work this weekend, and while I'm not on the phones dealing with customers, my Saturdays are usually my Saturdays. And yeah, I get a day off, like a Thursday or Friday off instead. But I miss my Saturdays because that's the day that I have with my daughter when she's not in school. But it's okay. I am doing it on behalf of someone that's actually not doing too well. She's in the hospital right now. So I am just covering for her shift, and thankfully, when I do that, they take me off the phones for 3 days out of the week instead of just 2. So that helps out and keeps my sanity. But it's still cray-cray in real life. So our weather out here, I'm in eastern North Carolina, and our weather out here is kind of crazy. It's been super cold, like in the 30s, 20s. It got up to the 40s for a little bit, and today it was actually in the 70s. And I'm thinking to myself, am I taking out winter clothes for my daughter, or am I taking out summer clothes for my daughter? And apologize, but I'm kind of pausing because I'm on painting is heavily confetti, as most of you know, that I've talked about several times working on it. And it's just annoying, and I'm just trying to get this section right here done so I can put it away as complete, and then I'll go back to it later. But anyway, so I'm working on Ora Loa's Tea Time, and it was a really nice painting when I looked at it. I was really excited to do it, and it's just too much confetti for my taste. And I really want to get on the stuff that I had to do for February, because it's a lot more blocking. So I'm excited to get this done. And then my pen is a little mini pen. See how cute it is? It's so small. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake you, but see. It's from Bella's DP Pens. Tray is from Tig's Trays. It says Creativity Rocks. So, yeah, and then I'm using Bella Art de Nicole trays, which y'all probably already familiar with. Let me get that out of here. And then I just got my containers and my box kit from Amazon. And I'm using Bella made her own putty, so it's really pretty pink. So I'm finding that I'm liking that more than the pink wax that comes with everything. So yeah, so I'm just going to sit here and diamond paint and talk to you guys. So this week has been a roller coaster for me. Just a lot going on and not a lot going on. So everything started, I think, on Tuesday. No, I don't remember which day it was, but I was in a live and going to mental health. We were all kind of teasing somebody in this live, and I don't want to call out names or anything, even though she said I could talk about it. But everyone was she's a fun person. We all joke around with her, and she normally doesn't get offended at all. Like, she plays along with it. But this particular time, everyone was just on her. And me too. Like, we were all just having fun. But when I was reading the conversation and what her responses were, they started seeming a little bit off. And I was thinking to myself that I think we might have pushed it a little too far. And personally, I know with me, I can joke around and people can joke around with me and I can be the butt of everyone's jokes, and usually I can take it. But once I get pushed past that point, it's like then all bets are off. I shut down, and then it's no more fun me. And I can kind of tell with one of the comments that she wrote that something wasn't right, that she wasn't happy with how the discussion was going. So I kind of turned around and said, all joking aside, and I made a comment just to kind of put things in more seriousness to get off the joking side of it. And it kind of did retract from the conversation, so I was kind of happy that it broke up what was doing a little bit more. But I sent her a private message. I hate these earpieces. I sent her a private message because I really wanted to check in with her. I'm sorry. All right, let's hope that's in now. And I wanted to check in with her. I said, I was in your live and we were all kind of joking around with you and making, and I know normally you're okay with it, but there's just something you said in the live that made me think that it had gone a little too far. And I just kind of wanted to apologize because I was involved with it as well. And she goes, normally I'm okay, but it was kind of getting to me and I was pretty much over it. I said, yeah, I could tell. So I sent my apologies that, I never thought that I would be considered a bully, and I don't want to pinpoint people as bullies because everyone there is super nice. And like, we all joke around, but at the same time, people have bad days. And sometimes the joking goes too far. So in all seriousness, with the mental health, just when you're around somebody you joke around with and stuff, and you're just constantly doing it, my advice is just to listen to key things or watch their body's expressions or how they're representing themselves, how they're commenting on things, and just keep it in check that they're okay with how the conversation is going. Because sometimes you can push it too far without realizing it. And I've got pretty good intuition about people, and something was just throwing me off with the conversation. So I'm glad that I checked in with her, and she was okay, but yeah, it was definitely interesting. I mean, it was a fun conversation, and she, I know she thinks it was fun too, but at the same time, we have to just be aware of people we're around and how they're handling it when we do that, because it can't go too far. So that's a little bit of advice. When someone is a lot of your jokes, they're the main focus of all the jokes, because that used to happen to me a lot. I was the butt of everyone's jokes, and it goes too far sometimes. And then it's just like you're done and it's over, and then you're upset or you're pissed off and you just kind of want to leave the conversation. But yeah, so that's little advice. So I don't know when that was. That might have been Sunday. I think it was over a weekend because I know it wasn't on her live. But yeah. And so what else? What else? So I had karate. I love karate. Oh my gosh. And we were sparring, and I'm doing a lot better in being able to endure the length of time that we spar for. And I just can't wait till after my surgery. I can get in better shape once I go through the recovery process, and I can really start seeing if that helps my breathing at all. Because if not, then I'm going to have to look into something else. Because every time I exercise, it's like I get so winded, and it's not fair. And everyone's been saying, "Oh, it's your weight," which I get. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's my asthma, but it's like I have respiratory spasmodic asthma, which means that if I'm sick and I go into a coughing fit, then I have coughing spasms, which means I can't catch my breath because I'm always coughing. So that's where a lot of it leads to. But even with just having an inhaler, it just doesn't seem to do anything for me. And I'm pretty resilient to a lot of medicine, which is why I prefer not to take it. Although I have been taking my migraine medicine at the sign of the migraine because it's been getting worse to nausea now. So I do try and take that right away, because if my Excedrin doesn't work in a couple hours, I take like 3 Excedrin over the counter. So that usually helps it, or Excedrin migraine. And if that doesn't, then I know I need to take, within a couple hours of it starting, I need to take my migraine meds. I really hate to take my migraine meds because all I remember is that my mom used to get migraines really, really bad. Yeah, I'm not using a tray. I only have a couple areas I have to do this. So I'll just put it in the lid sometimes, especially because it's confetti. But yeah, my mom used to get migraines really bad, and it's just like I hated when she did that, because the fact she was always in bed. We never got to see her. We had to leave her alone. I felt bad for her, but at the same time, it was like, no, I want to spend time with my mommy, And so I kind of realized that with Jackie, that I was in bed, it would scare her sometimes, because I'd be crying out in pain or talking, pain and frustration, because I can't get rid of it, and it wasn't fair to her. So I'm like, I'll just take the migraine med and I'll be okay in a couple hours. And that seems to be doing a little bit better. As much as I want an excuse not to work, I still have to work, But yeah, so that got me one day, or that was actually 2 days, and it was like morning migraines. So today wasn't bad at all, so I was really happy. But karate is so much fun. Oh my gosh. I don't care what age you are. Anybody can do karate. And it's good to learn, and you practice it and yada yada. But yes, I had a really good day on Tuesday. And then, as I was telling you, you got to listen to key signs from people when they're calling out for help, or, making those subtle gestures that they need help. Or I'm trying. I apologize again. I'm looking over my area. I've got a huge area, making sure that I'm not missing anything, even though there's a whole bunch of blank stuff on here. But anyway, you got to listen to key signs on how people are feeling, how they're expressing themselves, and what have you. And I was just having a really hard day in karate with someone, and it was from like a few weeks ago, and she was one of our senseis, and I really hate to say this, but the way she came across one day, it just really rubbed me the wrong way. And I it was kind of rude how I was acting once she was done telling us what to do, because I was frustrated. I was really frustrated, and I couldn't get it out, and I was just shut down. And I was kind of like, you know how kids do that when you ask them to do something. I was like, whatever. And I just wanted to do my own thing at that point. But it's because, okay, so here's the thing and why I got upset. It happened again on Thursday, and I finally broke down, and it really bothered me, and I shut down, and I didn't want to have an anxiety attack. It's just the way things were how I was being talked to. Like, oh yeah, you should have known this by now, and this is a belt, you shouldn't have advanced to the belt that you're on without knowing this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like thinking to myself, you know what, I worked hard for my belt. I'm getting upset right now. I worked hard for my belt. I skipped a whole belt level because of how hard I was working. And the main sensei, who was over her, gave the authorization for me to advance 2 belt levels. So obviously I'm doing something right, and I'm doing what I'm told, and I'm practicing, and I'm working hard and like that. So when you come at me and shut me down and say, hey, you should have known to do this before you even got your belt level, it hurt. It was just like, it really hurt. If the sensei who's 6 belts above you or 5 belts above you gave you that blue belt because of your hard work, you don't then shut me down or shut that person down and say that you should have learned all this stuff before you got a blue belt. It really rubbed me the wrong way. So I kind of wanted to let it go. And I said, you know what, can I just talk to you for a second? And I tried to have a conversation with her, and I tried to let her know how I was feeling. And I started the conversation. I said, you know what, I do want to apologize. I said, because I wasn't really acting appropriately with you the last time you were here. Well, when was that? And I was like, oh my God. All right. So I've been skipping out of karate for the adult class the last couple weeks because of how I was feeling about her. And I needed a break, and I needed to clear my head, and I needed to calm down, because I didn't want to say anything in the wrong moment. So I was like, okay, I'm good now. I'm going to just pull her aside and be the bigger person, apologize for how I acted, and just let her know where I was coming from. So I started to do that. And I was like, look, I'm really sorry, but I was really frustrated a couple nights ago when you were telling me to do a certain thing. And I really wasn't ready to learn that because I was still working on this thing. And instead of hearing me apologize and hearing my frustrations on what caused the issue, and instead of letting me talk to you, she then decided to lecture me more on what I should and shouldn't know at my belt level, and that she thinks that I misunderstood what she was saying for me to do, that this is all I had to do. And it might have just been the way the words were used and stuff. And I'm like, I was done. I was so broke at that point. And I was like, all right, whatever, and I shut down. And the other 2 senseis that I work with were kind of noticing it, and he saw my expression on my face, and he's like, and I'm getting it right now, but he saw the expression on my face, and he's like, do you need to go take a break and get some water? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm going to work through this. He goes, no. He goes, I see your face. You need to, you need to go and take a break and just clear your head. Hold on 1 second. I got to pause this. All right. Sorry about that, but my battery was starting to die on my phone, and it didn't have the flash on there. So, and then I started having a breakdown. So I just needed a and I had to go pee. So we just took a little break. But yeah, so he looked at me and he says, I can see it in your face. You need to go take a break. He goes, go step outside, get some cool air, and just take some time. He goes, I said, no, I want to work through this. He goes, you don't have to. He goes, you need a break. It's okay to take a break. It's okay. Go gather your thoughts. I know you work hard. You're the hardest person that works here, or the hardest working person here. He goes, it's okay. I know you need the break. And so I started to tear up, because when people talk like that, it's like they care, they hear you, they know what's going on, and it just like, it affects me. And so I stepped outside and had my little moment, and luckily another sensei came out to talk to me, and he just let me vent and let me know, I was able to talk to, like, I've worked with him for, God, 3/4 of a year almost, so he's pretty much been the main person that's taught me a lot of stuff, and has been there to get me through all of my kata, my higher level katas and stuff, or my weapons, I should say. And I like working with him a lot. And it was just nice. He came out, he sat there, and he's like, is there anything I can do? And I broke down. It's just like, I lost it at that point. I wasn't blubbering like a crybaby, but, the emotions were just going through me. But I wasn't sitting there like bawling my eyes out. Oh. But I was tearing up and trying to hold it back and stuff. And I let him know. I said, this is what I was trying to do to her, with her. And it didn't feel like I was being heard. And I think the whole issue was I didn't feel like I was being heard. Because she just started up without even letting me get my sentence out, without letting me get my thoughts out. And it reminded me that that's what I've dealt with my whole life with my family. Like, my parents were like that. Like, nobody understood me. Nobody listened. And I even had dreams about it. Like, I deal with a lot of my stress in my dreams. And I think that's why I wake up with mini migraines, is what I call them, or stress headaches. But I deal with a lot of crap in my dreams. And I try not to let it open. But like I was saying earlier, when things have gone too far, they'll get to you. And you can't control them at that point. So I just sat there and told him, like, look, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was trying to get out what I wanted to say. I wanted to apologize. And it's just hard to hear that everything you've worked so hard for, you should have gotten what you got, And I'm like, I don't know how to handle it, because I was, I needed her to know that this is what the main sensei wanted me to work on. He goes, you know what? But I said I wanted to tell her, but I didn't want to disrespect her, And he's like, you know what? That's perfectly okay to tell her that. You can tell her that so-and-so wanted you to learn this, and this is what you've been working on. And she can't go over him because he's a higher belt level than her. He's the main sensei, I'm like, okay, well, I understand that now, and I don't have an issue doing it going forward, but that's what the situation is. I said, and I respect her. I do respect her, but I shut down when I'm put in that type of position. And I don't want to shut down because she's really knowledgeable and stuff, but it's like personal space. Just like, give me my personal space and like listen to what I'm saying, please. So anyway, I finally calmed down and I went inside, and I just stuck with the sensei that I've been working with a lot more, because I work really well with him, and I really appreciate the stuff that, the time that he spends with me when he does. And our teaching sensei, he's really good too, and he really understands that. God, I'm sorry. Anxiety is just through the roof right now. And I'm not going to hide it, because that's what we deal with this month. We deal with anxiety. We deal with depression. We deal with all different types of mental health. And I'm not going to hide it. This community has, allowed me an opportunity to open up and talk to people. And I don't trust therapists enough to do this. So there's my therapy. But anyway, so I finished off. We started learning falls and stuff. And I did start, I took a breath and I was like, look, I'll just work with you guys. Because she went off, she wasn't even there to teach us because she was in a lot of pain or whatever. But, I did it the way I could do it at my age level with my bad knees and all that stuff. So I persevered through it, and I got through it. And I thanked everybody. Well, not her because she walked out, but pretty much thanked everyone for helping me, and just let me deal with it. And I was able to explain the situation to the teaching sensei, so that he knew what was going on, because apparently she pulled him aside, I guess, to find out what the situation was. So I had to say, look, it really, I get put off when this type of a situation occurs. So you've got to communicate. And I guess the lesson in this is that if something is bothering you or someone's doing something that's bothering you, you've got to communicate with that person. And if that person doesn't want to hear you or just doesn't understand how to hear you, or doesn't realize that they need to sit and hear you, then talk to the next person, that can maybe try and communicate that with the person that's not hearing you. Does that make sense? So don't just hold it in, talk about it, and don't be afraid to apologize when you're in the wrong. It's not a big deal. Like so many, I'm very stubborn, so it's like, if I'm in the wrong, you have to prove to me that I'm in the wrong, not just say that I'm in the wrong. So it's like, if I say 4 times 2 is 9, and you're like, no, 4 times 2 is 8, then show me that 4 times 2 is 8 and not 9. Otherwise, if you can't prove to me what you're saying is correct and that I'm wrong, then I'm not going to believe I'm wrong. So that's a stubborn part of me. Because I can't just accept something. You have to show me. I'm hands-on. I'm like, I need to see it type of person to believe you. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So anyway, just make sure that you don't hold things back, that you talk to someone, reach out to somebody. Hopefully, if you can't do that, then someone can pay attention to how your mood is and your expressions and your mannerisms, and if they change, and they can recognize that to help you recognize it, if that makes sense. So that's my thing for today. I'm walking down mood lane for sure. But all right, I got that off my chest, so thank you. And one thing I love about this community is that everyone has been extremely supportive. And I haven't found that with any groups that I've done before or been involved with before, or therapists. Like, I don't trust therapists at all. And I think that goes back to when I was a young adult. I tried to go to a therapist, and they're basically telling me, oh, this is your fault. I had issues with people at work, and I'm not really 100% a people person or can adjust to being a people person, because I'm very goal focused and I achieve my goals and I care about my job. And in the positions I were, not a lot of people did. So they were getting really pissed off that I was promoting higher, or that I was getting more, what is it called? I don't want to say preferential treatment, but I got better options of doing things than they did. Like I worked in the healthcare claims, and I would get more of the easier claims or something. Or I'd start learning more stuff or venture out into other areas and be able to cross over with different levels of the insurance. And people just hated that. And I just climbed up the chain and people hated that. And it's like, I never really talked to anybody. All I went in was to do my job and mind my business. And I really didn't talk to anybody, so I didn't understand why nobody really liked me. And I was like, they're just freaking jealous. Okay? So, yeah, so I've just kind of been by myself this whole time. And now that I found diamond painting, it's like, it's cool to find people that go, I mean, it's not cool that you have to go through it, but it's nice to find other people that understand where you're coming from, that have been where you're coming from, and that care. And they have no clue who you really are. You know what I mean? And it's really nice that Gracie and Abigail are doing the Reach Out 2022, hashtag Reach Out 2022, because it gives people an opportunity to listen to others who are going through the same thing or to express their concerns. So yes, I really appreciate that they've done that, and that they've been really, I know Abigail's been super open about mental health, and it's helping me to open up more and feel like I've got people to talk to and whatnot. So it's been nice, and I really appreciate it, and I know many people out there appreciate it. And I'm sorry, I'm not in the screen right now because I'm doing an area I missed with these letters, so I will try and get back in the screen over here. But yeah, so I just want to say and remind you guys that if you are going through a lot on your own, or don't have someone that you can talk to or don't feel comfortable talking to, reach out to someone here, because there's a lot of, reach out to me. If you're not comfortable with me, then just say, hey, look, I need to talk to someone, and I can try and find someone that'll help you out if I can't do it. So, just reach out to somebody. I'm not leading their event, but I am supporting it, and try and support everyone as well. I don't talk in chat. I mean, I talk in chat, but I like say something and then start diamond painting and not pay attention to chat. But my heart is there, and I feel for everyone, and I read comments and stuff. And just know that you're not alone, that there's so many in this community that are going through the same thing that you were going through, or something similar, or have gone through it. Just say, hey, look, I've gone through this. As anyone else, and you never know who you might meet or speak with, and you might help each other. So just keep that in mind, It's not just about you sometimes. It's about maybe you helping others as well, to help yourself, to make you feel good. It might help you to help others. I hope I'm making sense, because right now I feel like I'm blabbing, and I don't want to be blabbing. But anyway, all right, so I am trying to finish this up. I really hate these earpieces. I have my fridge coming tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I think it's going to be around 9. And my kitchen's a mess. So I think I'm going to finish this up. And then I'm going to go start cleaning up and vacuuming and putting things away and pull another wonderful all-nighter. And then once the fridge is installed, I will probably end up taking a nap until I go to work. And I really wanted the day off. Anywho, so I posted a question the other time on my WIP N Chat, or my unbox. I don't know what I was doing, but I posted a question, and like, should I get glass containers or plastic? And so many of you I heard back was like, get plastic. So I appreciate the feedback. I never thought that glass are more heavy, so they weigh the shelves down of the fridge, even though the fridge should be sturdy enough to hold them. But when you've got a lot of glass in there, it could be too much sometimes. And also the weight on my wrist, because I have really weak wrists. So I didn't even think of that. And I was like, okay. But glass, it's supposed to be, let me zoom in right there. Glass is supposed to be longer lasting for your food. Like your food is supposed to last longer and it's not supposed to make it taste funky. But, hello, once your plastic containers start smelling funky, if they do, mine haven't, but you know how when you have pasta in a container for too long, it starts staining the sides and whatnot? It's time to get a new container anyway. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, anyway. I went with plastic, and I think I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to try and do it where it's all in storage bins instead of in the boxes that food comes in, because I want to try and be neat and have easy access to stuff. So I'm really excited because it's the 3 level fridge. So you've got your refrigerator at the top, you've got your little snack drawer in the middle, and then you've got your freezer with a pull-out shelf on the bottom. And it's got a little door that you can open in the front, not a display door, but like a little door you open. So you don't have to open the whole fridge, and then you can just take out your important items or your day-to-day, your everyday items from that little opening as opposed to opening up the whole fridge. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it's got a water pitcher in it. So now I know once I go through my surgery, I'm going to be able to drink my water because I will always have a full water pitcher. So I'm kind of excited. My dishwasher is working really good, so I use that about once a week. I still do pre-wash dishes, but I think I'm going to just rinse them off and stick them in the dishwasher and see how that works. I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. I just want to see how good the dishwasher is. And I do sanitize them. I put it on a high heat sometimes with the sanitize, depending on what it is that we're cleaning. So I'm glad that it has that feature. Especially with the crap that's out there these days, right? Alright, I think I'm done with this one. I just want to get this painting over. I really want to start on my reach out painting. I got the Diamond Art Club one with the paint. I want to say it's the painter. It came out with it. And it came with the Galaxy Girl. It kind of came the same time as the Galaxy Girl. That's the girl that's painting. So I was like, that's perfect for mental health because art heals you. At least for some people it does, and that's why we diamond paint. So I really want to get that started. And then I have my Diamond Art Club one for the Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. So I really want to get that one done too, because that'll be my first meeting with Sana. And then, so I want to get those done. And then I have 2 coming in from Craftively, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get them in time for the event, so I might have to change up what I'm doing. And go back to my original plan. So we'll have to see. Some more stuff to do. Kind of exciting. My goal, everyone's been asking me, what's your goal for the year? And I'm like, my goal is to get through my events and finish projects. This is the first year I have back-to-back events, so I can kind of see which events I kind of like and which events I kind of don't really like. But I want to be able to participate in everything and support everyone. I do want to support everyone. And all the events that I've done so far are pretty cool. I really have liked them. It's just sometimes the paintings aren't for me, I guess, or they end up being a little bit more different than what I was expecting. So you kind of just get stuck or overwhelmed. And I will tell you right now that I think I'm going to put this away for about a week or a few days. Maybe come back to it the weekend of my birthday since I won't be working a full weekend. I'll get that whole Saturday off. And I can just kind of fill in the spaces at that point. But I really want to start working on something else. So I'm just trying to really quickly get through this area. There's a lot of spaces on it, but you can't really tell in some areas. And that's okay. I need to start doing what makes me happy. Oh, I'm so tired. What time is it? It's 1:30? No, we've been going for about 40 minutes already. All right. All right, all right. So, I keep telling you guys there are things happening. There are things happening. There will be announcements. I am going to try and do a pop-up live on Saturday at some point. I know Angie does really long things with her, so I'm gonna hang out in her chat, and then I'll be respectful of her chat, you know. But I do want to get into my own, and especially because I need to get into my chat and start doing lives. I would say by March, so we can make our announcement in April that I keep promising, because it will happen and it will be so exciting, and we have so much good stuff to tell you, and I have such good things set up. It actually won't be until April of 2023, but we're doing the announcement early. And I'm so excited because it'll be my first one. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I'll still continue with the little hints and whatnot. I don't think I'm doing a hint today. I think I just wanted it to be focused on the mental health because that's where my mood was today. So I will promise to do a hint in my next video. You guys liking the hints? I hope so. I hope it's kind of fun to figure out what's going on. What is going on inside my mind, right? I love teasing, but no, it's really good. I've got a lot of stuff set up already, so yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I am so excited. Like, I want to say now, I want to tell you what it is on my birthday. I don't know. Should I? Should I wait? Because there's a reason why it's happening in April, which is why I don't want to say anything now. But I know you guys are probably inkling for... See, look. I missed some over here, so I just take it out of my little container. That's why I like these little containers. And then you just close them back up. Alright, put those away. Oh, I'm feeling better. I think I'm going to have some coffee and then get this done as quick as I can. Where's my number 8 go? I lost my 8. 7, no I didn't. It's up here. Okay, so I think I'm going to have some coffee. Finish this up as much as I can. I like this thing because it's so much easier to flip because it's tiny. It's a tiny baby one. And I like sometimes holding it like this. But then it's easy to flip. Anyway. Yeah, so I think I'm going to wrap it. No fun stories with my daughter. She's actually been a pain in the butt. Because she just lies about stuff. And it's part of her, not obsessive, it's part of her compulsion with her ADHD. And it's just so hard when she does that because she'll be good with everything. But then the simplest things like, did you brush your teeth? Yes, Mom. Let me smell your breath. Okay, Mom. You know, and it's not like connecting, like, I can tell you didn't brush your teeth because there's no toothpaste on your breath. Well, that's because I used it and I rinsed. No. And it's just like, it's the most frustrating thing. And I don't know, if you got a kid with ADHD that is compulsive, compulsivity, compulsion situations where they just do stuff without asking or say things without thinking. How are you guys handling that? Because I really want to know. It's so frustrating because she'll immediately say yes or no to something, which is the complete opposite. And it won't even register that she's telling a lie. And she's acting like it's the truth. And I've talked to the doctor and she's like, no, that's the ADHD part of it talking. I'm like, well, how do I get that fixed so I don't think she's lying? And it's just, we got a new medication for her, but it's just, I don't know how to handle it. I don't know if I should punish her for trying to be sneaky and get away with something. I mean, I ask her, why are you doing this? Do you like getting in trouble? Do you like being grounded? No, Mom. So why are you doing this? I don't know. So if someone has any suggestions on what I should do or should not do, I would really appreciate it. Because grounding her does not work. And I don't want to ground her if it's something that has to do with her mental health, i.e. the ADHD. And I don't want to feel like she's always getting grounded. Does that make sense? So I don't know, do I just disregard it and just tell her not to do it again? Or do I actually take her privileges away? Or do I take them away and then let her earn them back? Like, this is the part of parenting that completely sucks. And they're like, yeah, so I don't know what to do. I'm more than interested in hearing suggestions if anyone's got any. I appreciate it if you do, because I'm kind of at a loss. I am kind of at a loss, and I'm tired of that. I don't know. Mommy, why I'm holding a phone right now and telling you I'm not holding a phone. I don't know. That's all I hear. But I know it'll get better as she grows. And I know she's a good kid, and I love her, and she's smart, and she's funny, and she's artistic, and all that stuff. But that is just the one key. I guess it's a pet peeve. I should probably move this over. It's the one thing that really irks me. Like, how hard is it to tell the truth? You're not even in trouble. Like, what are you afraid of to tell the truth? I don't know. I'm not afraid. So why don't you say the truth right away when you know I'm going to find out? I don't know. So, anyway. But now she's doing her own YouTube videos with her art. I haven't listened to them, and she so wants me to post them. I'm thinking of posting it, but I don't want people to be like leaving my channel just because of her posts. So I'm thinking of putting it on another YouTube channel. She just wants to. She's like, I just want to do what you do, Mommy. I'm like, okay. So, self-expression, right? Let her go for it. I should probably post the stuff. Alright, I'm going to finish up this section. I think I'm going to call it a night because I've been on here for, I want to say at least almost an hour. And I'm getting tired. And I really need to get this taken care of before I do anything else. Because I want to get it off my desk. And I want to get up tomorrow while I'm working. Yes. So anyway, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for bearing with me. I promise the next one won't be all doom and gloom. But sometimes, we just got to get that crap out. And what better way to share it than with others that are going through the same thing or have been through it? It's my reach out, right? So again, just remember, if you don't know how to handle the situation or need help or just want to talk to someone, don't let it fester inside. Reach out to somebody, ask for help, say, hey, I'm going through this. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. If you don't want to talk to anyone here and you just want to get like contact information, reach out to AbigailMarie 007, I think is what it is. I'll put her information below, or Gracie's Diamond World. Gracie, they can provide you resources for stuff. Or if you just need someone else to talk to, reach out to somebody. We're all here. We're all going through a lot. It's not all happy days. And right now, February, for a lot of people, it's hard. Sometimes it's harder than the holidays. So, I know it's my birthday on Friday, next Friday, not this Friday, the 11th. And I'm a little bit sad because I usually spend it by myself and with my daughter. We don't really do anything. So I really do want to do a pop-up or, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But if you're interested in joining me, let me know. And I can kind of give you a heads up when I do go live. Otherwise, it's just going to be a pop-up. If I can figure out how to do StreamYard and get one or two other people with me. Because I'm kind of nervous about doing it myself. That would be awesome. So, anyway, I'm going to call it from here. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you stuck around to the end, just put out a bunch of hearts, not only for Valentine's Day, but to show your love to everyone. Because I'm going to show my love to everybody. I really appreciate you all kind of hanging out for tonight. I hope that anything that I've said or opened up about helps you. Great. If you want to post a comment below, I love the comments, whether it's suggestions on stuff I've talked about, whether it's just gobbledygook, whether it's, hey, give me a trivia question. I don't know. Just post a comment below. So I love to read things. So it's always nice to interact with you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Not my nails, because I don't even like my nails. But if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you came back and haven't subscribed yet, or if you're new here, I do appreciate you coming back or listening in. Smash that, I do it like that. Smash the subscribe button right about here. And then a little bell will come up. It'll go ding ding. You can click on that and you'll be informed of any new uploads I do. I'll try and catch you on other people's lives, or Friday or Saturday, probably Saturday of next week, for my pop-up birthday live. Cross your fingers that I have the strength to do it. But yeah, so I'm going to head out. You guys have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending when you're watching this. Stay true to yourself. Love yourself. Self-care is the utmost important. If you need help, or if you feel that somebody else needs assistance or help, don't forget to reach out, talk to somebody. Anybody, doesn't matter. But just stay true to yourself, love yourself. Stay smart, stay wise, as I always say. Have a great day or evening. Love you guys. Ta-ta. Bye.